Boarding school is kind of like having a second home, having a second family, because the house that you get put into just kind of becomes your home. You have a roommate, you have friends, you're down the hall from your friends. It's just kind of everything's there.
What boarding means to me, it's definitely not what I thought it was before I came to Brentwood. It's not you're being sent somewhere where you're just gonna have the worst time of your life. No, I actually really enjoy boarding here at Brentwood, just getting to be around some of the best people I've ever met, like day to day, living with them, having them essentially become my family. It's a very experience I would definitely love to be a part of.
What drives the boarding culture at the school is the students. Undoubtedly. Underpinning that, though, is an understanding of the school culture. And I think the school culture, more than anything else, has to be based and is based on respectful relationships, accepting that there are clear guidelines that all of us as a community need to follow. So integrity, honesty, forthrightness, mental toughness or grit. Being humble, humility is huge, and I think our kids understand that when we get into that framework and they become a part of it, it becomes important to them. So I think what makes Brentwood special from a Brentwood perspective is a question that Clayton Johnson asked in the admissions process, and that question, without parents in the room, is to the student sitting in front of them, do you really want to be at Brentwood? Because if you want to be at Brentwood, we'd love to have you. That question creates immediate buy-in on the part of the students. And it's not a parent-generated response, it's a student-generated response. And it's the first step in learning how to work within this environment, how to trust the environment, how to start developing relationships with their teachers and their peers that evolves into just an outstanding result for the young men and women that come to the school and then ultimately graduate and move on to the next steps.
Choosing to be here allows for a very positive culture around the school, so everyone is happy to be here, they enjoy being here, and when we come back from breaks, everyone is really happy to see each other, and it's way easier to have more friends around the house because no one's sort of down all the time or negative, and yeah, it just makes it happier all around.
Well, I come from a really isolated island, and so my favorite part of living on campus is just how easily accessible everything is, and everything's right at your fingertips, whether it's all of the facilities are right there, but on top of that, it's a lot of the staff and all of your friends are all around, so everything's really accessible, which is something that I didn't really have at home.
Personally, the first thing I noticed was that the people want to be here, and I think that's part of the reason that makes Brentwood special, is that it's not just a high school of people living in the same area, but it's people who have chosen to board and go outside of their comfort limits. And I would say boarding is outside of everyone's comfort limits, but you're with a group of people that have all chosen that, and I think that's really helpful from in the classroom, everyone paying attention and everyone really wanting to learn because they've picked this class, or on the sports field, everyone's super engaged, or in arts, and it's just being around a great group of people to begin with, but a group of people that really have the same values of you and have the same direction as you is really nice.